Hey, good evening and welcome to DadPooL's Discussions. I'm your host, the one and only DadPooL. How's everyone doing tonight? Hope you had a great Wednesday. Yes, today is Wednesday, October 11th. And just, again, I keep saying this, but the time is flying by. And again, having so much fun doing this on a daily basis, bringing you the movies that I watch during the month of October. And today's entry is a real terrifying movie. No pun intended. Of course, I'm only talking about 2016 Terrifier. Wow. Who knew that something that started with uh, an anthology film called All Hallows Eve featuring Art the Clown, at that time played by Mike Gianelli, would launch into something new, launch into a franchise. And yes, I'm going to call it a franchise because we are getting a third one next year. Trailer coming in a month, I think next month, when Terrifier 2 hits theaters again. But yeah, this is what really, we know All Hallows Eve started the character, but David Howard Thornton's portrayal of Art is what elevated this slasher, this demon, this horror icon, yes, icon, to a top tier level. Again, this came out in 2016, uh, October of 2016, and it debuted in 2018, March 15, 2018, in the United States. So it hit the festival and then released in the United States. It's only about 86 minutes, and get this, the budget is only $35,000. And it box office gross. It's still making money because it's still going to be playing in theaters sporadically. It's up around $425,000. Talk about a success. Directed by Damien Leone, written by Damien Leone, starring Jenna Canal, Samantha Scafidi, Catherine Corker, and of course, David Howard Thornton in the lead role of Art the Clown. Again, the low budget, just throw that out the window, because what they did and what they accomplished making this independent film just inspired a lot of other filmmakers and independent studios to put their projects out there into the mainstream. Like, I don't think that we would have Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, or The Grinch if we didn't have Terrifier. And I mean that 100% wholeheartedly. And if you disagree with me, debate me in the comments. But yeah, this Terrifier starts out with talk show host Monica Brown, and she's interviewing a severely disfigured woman who survived the Halloween massacre. They mention a mysterious killer known only as Art the Clown. Apparently, he disappeared from a morgue, saying that he's still alive. But the character, who we don't know yet the name is, but the disfigured woman is insisting, "No, I saw him die. He's dead. He's destroyed. I saw him die." Then it kind of flashes to Art watching that TV screen. He kicks in the TV screen, destroys the TV, and we kind of get like I think of it as like a Nightmare on Elm Street homage, where in the beginning of Nightmare on Elm Street and Freddy's making his glove, we see Art setting up his costume, putting the white makeup on, putting the black makeup on, putting the hat on, getting all his weapon and knives sharpened and built and put into his garbage bag. So I thought that was a pretty cool. I don't know if it was intentional, but to me it felt like an homage to Nightmare on Elm Street. So then we pan to Monica, and she's in her dressing room talking to, I think, her boyfriend or something, and she's saying that how the interview was a success, and I think the ratings are going to be high, and she's like, babe, if I'm paraphrasing, she's like, if I ever have to look like this, please just kill me. I don't want to live looking like that. And all of a sudden, the woman that she was interviewing that had the disfigured face jumps out, attacks her, knocks her to the ground, and she just is gouging her face with her hands, gouging out her eyeballs, and just laughing kind of maniacally and just sinister like. And her face is destroyed. And like I said, she's just salivating in what she just did. She's loving it. Then we pick up, it's Halloween night. Two friends, Tara and Dawn, they were leaving a party. They're a little drunk, so they said, well, we're not going to drive. Then they encounter Art the Clown, who follows them to a pizzeria so they can get something to eat to maybe, get over their drunkenness and be able to get home. And this is where David Howard Thornton just really plays that silent character perfectly. And I know a lot of people complain and say that silent characters like Jason and Michael, to even the point Leatherface, but he does grunt and make sounds, that they're just not personality and scary in that sort of way. But Art, being a mime, being a clown, his motions, his facial expressions just says it all. It truly is terrifying. Again, this is the perfect title of the movie. So he's in the pizzeria, and Dawn goes over trying to get a picture. She's like, can I get a picture? Can I get a picture? And then she forces him to take a picture, smacks his head off his head, and you can tell that he just did not like it. That look on his face, that eyes. And she goes back and sits down, and they're talking, and the pizza guy comes over, make sure they're okay, and yada yada yada. So Art goes over to a table, takes a coin off the table, puts it into the little toy machine, and a ring pops out. So he walks over to Tara, gives her the ring, puts it on her finger, and her friend's busting her chops. Oh, he likes you, and then he heads to the bathroom. And with minutes later, the owner of the pizzeria is coming out screaming, get out of here, get out of here, you freak. Kicks him out, throws his bag. Art is gone. And there's a total, like, in that 3 to 4 minutes, there's shit all over the bathroom, like all over the toilet, the walls. He writes his name Art in shit and stuff. It's just, wow, crazy. But little does that pizza owner's gonna get his. So the girl, like I said, then the girls leave. And then they discovered that Dawn's tire had been slashed. So Tara calls her sister Vicky to come pick them up. Meanwhile, Art returns to the pizzeria place, and the one guy, the cook, is shouting for his boss. Boom, comes out, finds his head sitting on the counter with like candles or something lit, like looks like candles lit in his eye socket, his mouth, just a severed head. And then Art just mutilates him, stabs him in the face, head, he just totally destroys him. So those guys, those two are dead. So Tara really has to go to the bathroom, and she's like, there's like a neighborhood building, and there's a guy outside working, and he asked she asked if he can be let to the bathroom. She goes in, then she encounters a cat lady who is weird throughout the entire movie. Like, I don't even understand what her purpose is, but she's like living inside the apartment. She has an infant fake baby that she truly believes is real, and she's just a strange individual. I don't know what the relationship is with that, and why she's so prominently featured in the movie, but she is. So Art attacks Dawn while she's waiting in her car, and chases down Tara inside the apartment. Art eventually subdues Tara with a shot of some type of drug to knock her out. So Tara finally wakens up, and she's like duct taped to a chair. This picture right here. So she wakes up and she sees her friend Dawn hanging upside down, spread eagle. She's bound by her ankles and just hanging down. And this is one of the most gruesome scenes I've seen in a horror movie up until I saw Terrifier 2. So Art is forcing Tara to watch as he takes a hacksaw and starts at her crotch and just saws slowly but forcefully down Dawn, splitting her in two, all the way down to her head. Blood is just guts are pouring out. Tara's freaking out. She's trying to break free. She eventually rips off the arm of the chair, is able to free her hand, undo the duct tape on her feet in her other hand. As Art's approaching to stop her from escaping, Tara hits him, kind of knocks him down for a little bit. But Art has a gun, boom, shoots. Once, like in the leg, in the stomach, and then eventually comes over to her, puts her out of her misery, shoots her in the head two or three times, just empties the clip in her, and it's just gruesome because the first shot when she got shot in the face, you think that she's dead, but then they pan to her and she's still breathing, even though she got shot right through the cheek. And then he just finishes her off, and I was shocked because I thought she was going to be the one that's going to survive the whole movie. But this movie sends you in different other crazy directions. So the woman, the cat lady, vagrant woman with the child, she saw this, seeks out the cleaner guy, Mike, and he's just dismissing, like he's like, no, it's not happening. And then Art attacks Mike, knocking him unconscious with a hammer. and then it pans to the hallway where the cat lady's coming around, and you see Art sitting down, and he's like holding a baby, and it's the woman's doll, and she's like trying to console him, trying to speak all motherly to him, by like cradling him, like hugging him, bringing him in. It's pretty again, a pretty weird scene. Vicky finally arrives at the location where Tara and Dawn were. She goes into the basement and she discovers Art, who has just again destroyed and mutilated this woman, and creepy because he's wearing like her scalp, which has her hair, wearing her like her breasts, and like he's naked, and he's got like this weird Buffalo Bill vibe, or like a leather face wearing a women's clothes. Like it was just weird to see him out of his clown costume and kind of dressed as like a naked female. Really disturbing. So Art chases and corners into a locker, but then turns to Mike's co-worker who was there, who showed up, was trying to get into the building, and boom, decapitates him. Art chases Vicky down, who briefly escapes him, but stops when she finds her sister's corpse on the ground. Art catches up to her and attacks her with a makeshift, what do they call it, like a cat of nine tails, like a whip with like a bunch of spikes on it that he made. They show him making in the beginning of the movie. But the guy, Mike, who's the cleaner, he's okay. He's kind of woken up. He's got a little bit of blood on his head from the strike, and knocks Art down, seemingly unconscious. The two flee and call 911, but Art recovers, finally kills Mike. Vicky retreats into a garage, but Art rams through the door, hits her with a pickup truck, incapacitating her. And as she's laying there, Art just starts to eat her face. The police show up, and they're saying, "Get off, get away, hands up." And you can see slowly, he puts his left hand up, but Art is reaching for something in his right shoe or boot. It's a gun. So, us as honest, we're thinking he's either going to get shot with holding a weapon, or he's going to quickly shoot the cops, because Art seems to be very smart, cunning, and resourceful. Not the case. So Art, it just pans. Art puts the gun in his mouth. Boom. Gun shot right through the head, up through his mouth, back of the head. Vicky's still alive though, even though she's been mutilated. Art's body and the rest of the victims are taken to the morgue, where the medical examiner unzips Art's body bag. The room starts flashing. Things start ringing, going off, and all of a sudden, Art reanimates and attacks the morgue. The coroner, I should say. Attacks the coroner. So Art's still alive. Crazy. So then it shows 1 year later, Vicky's released from the hospital after rehabilitation from her injuries inflicted by Art. And she's revealed to be the one that's on the interview in the beginning of the movie. So she's the one being interviewed by, I think her name was Monica Brown. Yeah, Monica Brown. So she's the one that was doing the interview. She's the one that attacked her in the dressing room. So she she took out her stress on her, which, you know, I mean, she's been through a lot. It's just a shocking ending, because you really don't see that coming, because you can never make out who that person is in the beginning of the movie, and to find out that it's Tara's sister is just oof. But this movie did it all. This movie had blood, gore, shock value, um, every type of disturbing image you can think of. But it gave us a character in Art the Clown that is like I said, a fresh take on slashers, and someone who will be around for some years to come, as long as they keep the story good. Terrifier 2, they doubled and tripled down with the gore. I mean, it was a long movie. It was like 2.5 hours or something like that. It was a long movie. As long as the story is good, and it's not going to get too stale and worn out and just gets old after a while, I think if they just keep it fresh and keep it new and with the times, and make his character even more disturbing. I'm going to say it's more gore. I mean, I can't imagine what they're going to do for Terrifier 3. Because how do you top Terrifier 2? And I know this type of content is not for everybody. Not everyone likes the blood and gore and everything, but I don't mind it. Like like I said, Saw is my favorite franchise, and that's pretty much gore and and more gore. But I do want to see more story, though. I wouldn't mind a story to go along with the gore. But Art the Clown, he's just a standout character. Again, portrayed by David Howard Thornton. He brings an eerie and chilling presence to the screen without even uttering a word. Silence. I mean, for him to be able to do that for not one but two films and a third without, I mean, I haven't seen a third one. I'm assuming he doesn't talk in the third one either, but who knows? But to just rely on mannerisms, hand gestures, facial expressions, body movements, that's more terrifying than a character with verbal assaults and who can be more charismatic through their words. Art is very charismatic through his motions. I mean, debate me. We can talk about it. Do you like Art the Clown? Do you think he's a character that they should build a franchise around, or do you think you should stop at 3? What are your thoughts on it? Let me know in the comments. Because again, Terrifier isn't for every audience. It's not for the faint of heart. It's targeted just for a specific audience seeking the extreme and graphic horror experiences. If you're a fan of the slasher subgenre and can handle the intense violence, then this movie's a go for you. Definitely check it out. I did put the link for the IMDb in the description, so go click that. Go read about it. Go read about Terrifier 2 and Terrifier 3. Go check out David Howard Thornton online. He does a lot of cons. He's a very personable person. So definitely go give that a review. Now, this movie didn't come without a little bit of controversy. Because of the film's extreme violence and graphic content, the controversy was generated and divided opinions among horror fans, with some praising its dedication to the shock value, like I said, and others finding it just a tad bit gratuitous. I would say in the first one, the most gratuitous scene would be Dawn. And then we all know the second one. You know, I don't want to spoil it for you, but if you the bedroom scene. If you've seen it, you know what scene I'm talking about. That's what I would say is gratuitous. But again, you have to know what to expect with films like this. You got to know this is what you're going to see. It's not going to be where Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, was terrifying and scary, and it didn't have hardly. I don't think it had any blood in it. Not saying that blood and gore adds to whether something's scary or not, but it does make your eyes wide and kind of gives your eyes a heart attack, and you can become ill. Again, I'm sure people threw up watching this movie because it's so extreme and it's so vivid and bright. Like the practical effects just make this film, it elevates the gore and the violence. It adds to the film's visceral impact. For being such a low budget movie, they did such a great job with the gore, with the makeup, with the with the prosthetics. 35,000 again, people. They only made this for 35,000, and it's approaching $500,000 gross. Crazy. Again, if we want to talk about sequels, I mean Terrifier 2, which had a really good theatrical run. The budget was upped to $250,000, so almost 8 times the amount of the original, but it brought in $15.5 million. And it's getting re-released again in next month. So it could seriously end up $17-18 million at the box office. Again, it's 8 times in budget, 2 times in length of the film, 2.5 times length of the film. It's 138 minutes as opposed to 84, 85 for the first. But again, if Terrifier is your cup of tea and you love it, sound off in the comments. Let me know. I'm curious. But yeah, this is definitely a movie that's on my list. I mean, I'm sitting here and I'm just watching it right now. That's me watching Terrifier. That's yeah, I made that little picture. Hope you guys like that. That's pretty cool. I'm trying to make a picture of me involved in every movie that I'm watching for the 31 days, and I think that's a pretty cool picture of Deadpool and Art the Clown. But yeah, what do you guys think? Make sure you guys like, follow, subscribe, and most importantly, share out the channel and the stream, because word of mouth. Let your friends know if they're in the horror, if they're not in the horror. Maybe they'll become a fan of horror by watching some of these videos. Who knows? Because not only am I doing this for October, I'm doing it for December as well. For Christmas, I'm doing a Christmas 25 days of Christmas horror, where I'll be reviewing holiday slashers every day, and a few of them will be kind of like a dark themed Christmas movie. No blood per se, but it's still that concept of horror Christmas movies. So yeah, look forward to that. You can look forward to another series I'm working on right now, original versus remake, where I'll be comparing and contrasting the original horror movie to the remake horror movie, which has always been a topic of discussion and very, very divided discussion, very opinionated discussion. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And then also, if there's a movie that you guys love or hate, let me know. I'll make a video on it, and I'll add all your information and promote you in the video. Just as a way of saying thank you for taking your time out and spending half an hour, 45 minutes, watching my content, which I wholeheartedly appreciate. Because I'm trying to get monetized on YouTube. It's very important. You see my PayPal down there on the bottom of the screen. It's going through some very difficult medical issues right now. So anything helps out. Anything, And if you can't make a donation, even if you share the stream out, help me get some more subs and help me get some followers, some views. I would appreciate that too. That's just as important as donating. So I would appreciate whatever you guys can do. But yeah, that's it. That's today, Wednesday, October 11th, day 11 of DadPooLoWeen. And like I said, we talked about Terrifier. So let me know. Sound off in the comments. What's your thoughts? Do you like the series so far? Do you like the reviews? I got some feedback, some positive feedback. I appreciate it. Thank you, Mick, for the feedback. Any suggestions you guys have? Let me know. I'm open to anything, everything. So yeah, I just appreciate the any type of support. But that's gonna do it now for this video. So just do a couple things for me if you could. Go watch a movie. Go enjoy a movie. It's a perfect time to go and pop on a movie. There's so much going on right now. So much coming out in the theaters. There's so much on streaming. You have a lot of free sites like Tubi or Pluto or Freevee where they have 24/7 horror stations. Like, go check it out. Yeah, watch a movie and just make sure you hug your loved ones. But until the next video, till tomorrow, this is DadPooL out. I love y'all.